Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Gratitude and Gains, where we're going to get our bodies moving, get our blood pumping, set our gratitude and our goals so we can keep moving higher throughout the week. Super excited you're here with me. Go ahead and check in with me in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We do get people from all over the world. And so I love to see where people are tuning in from. So go ahead and just check in with me in the chat. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. And if this is your first time here, always make sure you go ahead and put a 1 in the chat so I know. And I can go ahead and give you a shout out. If this is your first time, put a 1. And if you've been here before, you already know what time it is. Go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you get notifications for all of the live episodes. But let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's dive on in. So this morning, guys, I wrote down in my gratitude journal that I am grateful for another day to show up. I'm grateful to be here this morning, okay? I woke up, and that's enough. That's enough right there to be grateful for. I'm grateful for progress, even when I feel tired. Okay, as you can tell, if for those of you that have been following me so far, I'm a little bit late to the show today. Matter of fact, it's kind of funny. My mom actually asked me, she was like, hey, what time do you do those shows? She wants to show up on them, And I'm like, hey, originally I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it at 6 a.m. every morning, Central Time. And then I started to notice that because I do these early, I actually wake up at 4:30 a.m. and I have a whole routine before I get on this show. And I just decided a long time ago that I'm not going to put the pressure of having to show up at an exact time every single morning. If I'm a little off, hey, at least I know I just need to be consistent. That's all. Okay. So sometimes it may be 6, sometimes it may be 6:10, 6:15. This morning, we are starting a lot later than I normally do because I was a little bit more tired this morning than normal. So all that to say that I'm grateful for progress, even when I feel tired. I'm showing up. Okay, I'm grateful for that. Okay, I'm here. I didn't give up, and I didn't say, nah. There's been plenty of times I've had that thought come in my head, by the way, just so you know, where I'm like, I don't really feel like doing it today. I'm be honest, sometimes I don't feel like coming up here and doing this show. I'm like, I just want to do my regular workout. I don't feel like talking, I just want to work out, But you got to get up here and do it anyways. So I'm grateful for progress, even when I feel tired. I'm grateful for momentum. The momentum that doesn't disappear just because my energy dips. And sometimes that happens, right? Your energy is going to ebb and flow. Sometimes it's going to be high. Sometimes it's going to be low. Today kind of started off low. I'm trying to pick it up now. I'm actually grateful for doing this show because it is helping to pick up my energy, which is good. I needed that. And I'm grateful for the discipline. Right? The discipline to keep going, even when my motivation is low, even when I don't want to stink and do it, I'm grateful for that discipline. So I also wrote down this morning that I'm grateful for the work I'm doing in the Career Transition Summit yesterday. I spent a lot of time on that, not finished yet, but it is moving forward, and forward is what counts. So I'm grateful for that. I also wrote down I'm grateful for my mastermind that I get to teach today. I teach a group of job seekers how to recover their income and how to turn their setback into their comeback. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve, to help people think clearly, and to offer perspective and support through a hard time. So I'm grateful for that, right? And I'm just grateful for the reminder that even when a day like today, when I feel a little foggy, when I'm waking up and I'm not fully locked in yet, that progress doesn't require perfection. Like, I'm just grateful for that. You know what I mean? It just requires presence to keep going, to keep moving, one step at a time. And so that's what I wrote down I'm grateful for. As you can tell, I got a whole laundry list of things. I'd love to hear from you in the chat. What are you grateful for? I see Antonio Jones is here with us. Good morning. I see Crust. Crust is here with us. Good morning, Crust. We got Prantham back in the house. Good morning. Good to see you. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining. Hey, let me know where you guys are tuning in from in the chat. Okay. As you guys come on in, I see there's a lot of people online too. So come ahead, check in with me. Rep your city, rep your hood. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to give you a shout out in the chat. Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's go. PUBG says, are you still running from yesterday? Yeah. You know, I don't stop till the casket drop. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see. We're gonna see how many miles I can run today. Let's see here. Where are we at right now? It just got started, but we are at half a mile already. And I just got started. Okay. But let's get back to the message, okay? The message of today, it's pretty simple, but I was reading my devotional, okay? And it talked about bringing emptiness instead of pretending strength. And I'm like, that resonated. I just told y'all I'm feeling a little bit, not empty, but tired, right? So bring emptiness instead of pretending strength. And that kind of resonated with me, right? Some mornings you wake up sharp and you're locked in, you're ready. Other mornings you kind of wake up in a haze. That was me this morning. I mean, I'm getting there. I'm starting to pick up, right? Definitely this treadmill's helping me. But, you know, some days you just wake up in a haze. Right? How many of you can relate to that, where you just wake up, you just glossy-eyed, just in a haze. You're trying to, you know, just kind of get through the morning. How many of you can relate to that? Put an H in the chat if you can relate to haze, waking up with a haze. Okay, just put an H in the chat. All right? Because I'm going to tell you, it is going to happen, right? It's going to happen. Some mornings you wake up sharp. Some mornings you wake up in a haze. Both are real, and both are part of the process, right? Both are part of the process, right? And you don't need to feel fully ready to keep moving. You don't need to feel fully ready. Matter of fact, like being ready oftentimes steals you of like just getting going. Like we always try to tell ourselves, we got to be ready. I got to be fully ready. No, you don't. You need to get started. You need to get moving. Okay? So you don't need to be fully ready to keep moving. You just need to take the next reasonable step. Progress over perfection. Okay? So faith in practice looks a lot like continuing to do the work even when your energy is uneven, right? Even when you don't feel like it, you show up anyways. Do the work anyways. That's discipline. Discipline is doing the thing that you know, the thing that you don't want to do to get the result that other people aren't going to get, right? You want to get that result, right? You want to do the thing anyways. I don't feel like doing it, but I'm going to. That's discipline. Do the work anyway, right? All right, so let's see. Pub says, some morning I don't wake up. I wake up at afternoon. Oh, man. Hey, look. I'm going to tell you, there's something about success and getting up, getting your butt out of bed, okay? You look at a lot of the most successful people and you ask them, you know, what's a common theme? A lot of them are morning people. Not all of them, okay? There are exceptions to the rule, okay? There are exceptions, but I will say that it's a pretty much a rule. Like most successful people, they get up, they beat the sun up, they get up early, and they go to bed early, or at least they have some form of rhythm. Now, when I say early, early can mean different for other people. Like it can be different, right? Like early for me is 4:30 in the morning. Early for someone else might be 6 a.m. in the morning, right? But one of the things is that they get up early and they have consistency to their sleep schedule, right? So if you're kind of bouncing all around with your sleep schedule, there's no routine, there's no structure, you're going to have more ups and downs. You're going to have more days that are groggy and foggy, right? Sleep is so important, guys. Oh my gosh, it is so crucial. It's crucial to the longevity of your life. You know, everything. It's so important. So I would encourage you, whatever time that you decide that you want to get up, whether that's 4:30, 5, 6, whatever it is, commit to that. Don't hit the snooze button. Get your butt up out of bed. But also have a nighttime routine where you do the same thing, right? You know, they say 8 hours of sleep. I think that's good. So for me, I'm in bed by 9, okay, 9 p.m. Some people call me an old fuddy-duddy, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I know that I'm getting my rest. I work out every day, okay? I need rest. I need, you know, just for my own, like when I wake up and I'm groggy and I'm like, I get in a bad mood when I'm tired. I don't want to be in a bad mood. I want to be in a good mood. I want to be positive. I want to have light shine through me and be able to impact other people. I need that energy. I need to be positive. So I need sleep and I need rest. So hopefully that helps you. You know, I'm just telling you what works for me. You do what you need to do. I always tell people, I'm gonna show you what works for me. You do you, boo boo. Okay? Can you tell me how to sleep for 12 hours in 6 hours? I can't. 12 hours sleep. Hey, look, every once in a while, get yourself a good 10-hour, 11-hour sleep. Every once in a while, that good deep sleep. Sometimes that's good, but don't do that often. I don't think so. I don't think it's good. But every once in a while, it feels good sometimes. But you might wake up more groggy than anything. You can't get too much sleep. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get back to the message of the day. All right, today, let me tell you a little bit where I'm at. I'm still working on my career transition summit, the new summit, right, where I'm rebuilding it and retooling it. Yesterday was productive. It wasn't perfect, but it was productive. Okay. Today is about finishing, though. Reducing decisions, staying on task, avoiding unnecessary distractions, and just staying locked in. Okay. Because there's always going to be reasons to pivot, new ideas, something shiny comes up, and you're like, ooh, I want to go try that. That's the way I am. Being ADHD, I'm always like looking at things like, I want to try this, I want to try this. But focus and execution win in seasons like this, when I can just lock in and get things done. And I'm also reminding myself that helping others also sharpens my focus. I have to remind myself what fills my cup. Okay, what actually fills my cup? And helping other people, that fills my cup back up. So when I'm feeling energy or my energy's low, serving other people, helping lift them up, actually lifts me up. And so today I'm going to be teaching my mastermind, and it's not a distraction. It's actually alignment. It reinforces why the work I do matters in the first place. Okay? And so it like fills my cup so I can keep going even further. So it's not a distraction. It's definitely alignment. All right? And so what's my lesson to all this? You're probably thinking right now, you're listening to all this, you're like, dude, I don't care about all your stuff you got going on. Well, let me tell you the lesson. Look, you don't need to be energized to be effective. Okay? You don't need that. And you may be thinking, what do you mean? You just told me get my rest. You just told me to get a good night's sleep. Yeah, I did. I did say that. But you don't need it necessarily. What you need is consistency. Consistency beats intensity. Okay? Consistency beats intensity. Especially when the finish line is close, just look, stay consistent every single day. That's how you make progress, right? Clarity often arises while you're working, not before you start. So you got to get started and you got to stay consistent. And that's how you're going to get to the finish line. All right. So as an action step for you guys listening right now, I want you to think about this. If you're feeling unfocused, I want you to do this. I want you to just pick one task that moves your most important project, whatever that is for you, whether that's something in your career, your business, your wealth, your health, your relationships, whatever your goal is, guys. Everybody's different. But whatever that important project is that you need to move forward, I want you to pick one task that can propel that thing forward, right? I want you to do that. And then set a timer. Set a timer. And if you gotta trick yourself to get started, what do I mean by that? Some people procrastinate because they know it's important, so they procrastinate for whatever reason. And so what I would encourage you to do is just kind of almost trick yourself to get started. You can do the 5-minute rule where you tell yourself, I'm just going to start for 5 minutes. That's it. But once you start getting going, all of a sudden, you'll look down and you go, oh, wow, it's been an hour. I've been working on this, right? It's like same thing with working out. Like sometimes you just got to get your butt in the gym. Once you get there, everything else is easy, right? I remember when I was a kid getting on roller coasters. And I did the same thing when I was a kid. I said, man, this roller coaster is terrifying, right? And I was scared to get on, but I also wanted to get on. So what I did is I just convinced myself, hey, just get in line. Just get in line. The line's not scary. Just get in the freaking line. Okay, matter of fact, the line is boring. The line is the opposite of scary. It's mundane, it's boring, it's ugh. So like, what do I got to be scared about? Just get in the freaking line. And once you get in the line, next thing you know, boom, you're at the front, you're in the roller coaster, boom, you're taking off, right? So I could just convince myself to get started, essentially, right? I used to do this as a kid, and I'm encouraging you guys to do that now. Pick one task that needs your attention, right? Set a timer, just get started, and work that thing to completion. Get it done. Don't multitask, all right? Don't try to optimize. Just finish strong. Just get it done. Just get it done, all right? So that's my message for you guys this morning. Hopefully that resonates with you. All right, let me go to the chat. We got Adbecca. Good morning. Good to see you. We got MD Safars in the house. How do you reduce belly fat? Hey, man, let me tell you. It's what I'm doing right now. Consistency, right? There's no secret. Diet and exercise consistently. That's what I got for you. I mean, I lost 45 pounds, and I did that through changing my diet. It was huge. Such a big one. Just change your diet. And I know that sounds so simple, but it's not. It's not. I had to do a service. A service I use is called Factor. And it's the food gets delivered. So I don't have to think about food. I don't have to cook food. I don't have to shop for food. All I got to do is eat it. And I know what I'm eating is healthy, it's fresh, and it's portioned. So I'm not overeating. Look, I'm 6'2". I'm a big guy, and I can eat. I can throw it down, okay? And this service helped, keep it portioned so I didn't overeat. And it wasn't like I was still starving afterwards. They were good sized portions, but if it's left to me, I would eat 2 of them. You know what I mean? But anyways, so portions, eating consistently like that. Also, another thing I changed was before I started on my journey, I was eating inconsistently. I wouldn't eat breakfast. Sometimes I'd skip lunch, and then the only meal I'd have was like a big meal at dinner. And that's not healthy because your body just kind of stores on it. It stores that fat. So like having actual meals, I think is also important. Eating like frequently so your body's constantly burning. That's another thing. So diet and exercise, man, that's all I can tell you. That's how you reduce belly fat. Now, the next question here is, how do I get a six-pack? How do you get a six-pack? Well, that comes through the exercise, also through the diet, both what I was just saying. But there's definitely a lot of ab exercises. I mean, I have a ton of them. You might see right there, that little thing right there. That's one of those like pull-up type of deals where I don't even know what it's called. You just slide it up, slide your knees up. I got one of those rollers, lots of bicycle kicks, and there's lots of different workouts you can do. You don't need equipment for abs. Planks, right? See, we live in a day and age where information is abundant. Just go online and look up ab workouts, and you're going to see there's like a bazillion of them, like a bazillion ab workouts. But that alone isn't going to do it. You're going to need the diet. The diet and the exercise is how you're going to do it, okay? All right, so let me go back to my closing thought as we wrap this up. Guys, make sure you go and check out the Who You Know Show podcast as well. This show right here is really for myself, to hold myself accountable. But the Who You Know Show podcast is something different, okay? I want y'all to check that out. You're on the channel right now. Go ahead and subscribe to it. On that channel, it's my podcast where I interview some of today's biggest thought leaders, experts, CEOs, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes. I get to interview these people and kind of extract their blueprint to success, because success leaves clues, whether it's in your health, wealth, business, career, your relationships, your faith, right? I want to try to find the things that are going to make you successful and extract that and give you a blueprint. So make sure you check that out. It's called the Who You Know Show, because what you know is important, but who you know can make all the difference in your wealth, health, business, career, relationships, and your faith. So make sure you check that out. Subscribe to the channel. Get notified when I'm going live like this, okay? And in closing, guys, if today feels foggy for you, right, like it did for me when I woke up, that doesn't mean that it will be unproductive, okay? It does not mean that. You're allowed to be tired and still effective. You're allowed to feel slow and still make progress. You're allowed to finish, right? You're allowed to finish even when your energy isn't perfect, right? Just finish. Momentum is built by showing up again and again and again. Focus is built by finishing, right? And confidence is built by finishing. Impact is built by staying committed when things feel ordinary, mundane, or tired. Just stay committed. Just keep going. Keep moving. Finish the work. And make sure you help someone today. All right? Guys, that's the show. All right? Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's go. It's all about who you know. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.